Howdy, good afternoon. Gonna record a quick little trade review from today. One of the stream viewers requested I do so. I'm not gonna commit to do these every day, but if they're helpful, I'll try to do more. This is not financial advice. I'm also learning just like you guys. And so this is just my point of view on why I took my trades, and it may not align with what you know or what you have been learning. But I took 3 trades today. That's my focus this week, is 3 strikes and you're out. Not just losses, but 3 trades total. This is just to prevent me from going on tilt if I'm red and then blowing an account. And it's also to allow me to keep my money if I happen to be green, so I can stop before 3 trades or, take my 3 chances. So really quick, let's see. Came in this morning, 12-minute. This is what I saw. We broke this high, and then what we're doing is building a higher time frame pullback to eventually take out the all-time high if we're going to be trending on this time frame. And I usually get on around 10:30. So we already tapped down in here. I saw this actually. I got in to a trade down here, I believe, this morning. But I saw us tapping down into this range. Back into this higher time frame range. Into this little zone here. Didn't really hit the 30. Let's see if we hit. Nah, that's too far. But anyways, I had this zone marked out. An imbalance down here. So we're reacting off that. And so that allowed me to kind of build the narrative for the rest of the day, even though I counter trend traded all day. Initially, I thought we were in this range right here. We put this low in, this high, another low. So initially this was our protected high, but I had missed this swing right here, which is a 1-minute protected high, and this would be a higher time frame protected high. And so initially when we got up to this area and we failed to take this high, I was theorizing that we were in a range. And if that's the case, I would sell up here and take it down to the middle of the range or to the bottom of the range. And after the fact, I realized why I should have cut my full trade where I had exited for partials and then got stopped out in profit here. Because and pretty much when we approach a high, a lot of times we'll pull back first before breaking the high, and this makes our S&D responsible. It doesn't always happen, but one of my main kicks is pretty much taking the scalp out of these S&DRs. And so I realized that maybe we could take a trade that creates the S&DR, and that's really what I did. So whether I thought I was in a range or I missed this protected high being broken, which means we flipped and should anticipate higher prices and not the bottom of the range, I still was able to get paid. And if we drop to the 5-second, I put a red box around the trade, so hopefully I can explain it. On the lower time frame, this is our protected low. We stopped right before it, made a little range here, and then we broke down. So I was merely taking the tap back into the range, this range here, with my target being 1-to-1, which was from here, and my stops above the high, so 7.75 right down here. And then I let the runner Like I said, I thought we were in a range so I could target the middle or maybe even this zone right here. But knowing that we broke the protected high later, I could see why I should have cut the whole trade there. Anyways, I got cut for a point in profit on my third contract, third micro. Hope that makes sense. And then my next two trades look really similar. They're counter trend. We have this higher time frame high that we're headed towards. I did have this range right here marked out, thinking potentially it's an SNDR for this low. But this low is not really responsible for anything. So, but I had it marked out. He did get a reaction out of it. But pretty much, let's see, what did my notes say? Sold. Got up here. Failed. So I'm thinking we failed this high. And so a similar concept to this high, we're pulling back to possibly be creating an SNDR. And so if I know order flow is bearish on the lower time frame, then maybe I could get a scalp in there. So let's see if I could explain on a lower time frame. So back in here, barely got one 5 second count close. And I had to fucking delete my my lines because it gets jacked up on multiple time frames. But I saw this as a 5 second protected high. I saw this tiny candle close. And even before I got in, I was thinking to myself, this is a weak ass close. But I ended up taking the tap back in anyways to try and get a scalp back out. And as you can see, I just got stopped out. Stop was above this high because I wasn't about to risk the high of the whole move. So this was a loss. 4.25 points on a micro, on 3 micros. And so perhaps if I got in a little bit higher, it could have been a scalp for 4 points, but I wrote in my notes that I should probably wait for a better close than this, and also it's counter trend, so can't expect much out of it. We're bullish after this flip, and so this is just a pullback before we take the high. And I guess I was a little early to the real high. And then my last trade on this account was the same kind of concept. Failed this high. We wicked above. And so on the lower time frame, I was looking for a shift. And I marked it out here. And I took a bunch of other trades on an eval and then on sim, but I'm not going to go through those. So this is our double top, or the higher time frame wick. Wicked above here. And so I'm expecting at least a little pullback that we can hopefully scalp back into logical areas, or this range right here. And so this was our protected low on a 5 second time frame. This was our SNDR, and I took the tap back in. And my target was 7 points or so for the 1-to-1. I think it barely missed me, or I made an adjustment when I was live. I think it was close enough to my take profit that I just closed it, so it didn't quite get to 7 points, but I just closed it. and then I let the runner go, and I moved that one into profit after we broke this low. And I didn't really want to see this high broken, so my trade would have been invalidated here, and so I closed that out. Again, counter trend. There's logical areas here where I need to cut the trade. I also put a note in here. This would have been an ideal place to close the trade and not expect lower prices, because this is just a pullback on the 1 minute right here. So it was kind of confusing. I'm getting better at reading price action, but obviously not perfect. But there was a few highs in here that we rejected first and pulled back from, that I took advantage of the downside. I took a similar trade like after this right here on another account, and took this trade down as well. But I need to start focusing on staying on the right side of the market and watching for the flip back bullish. But happy with the trades. I'm happy with following my rules as well. Let's see if this one. So here we wicked above. Let's mark this one. Drop to the 5 second. I believe I did the same exact thing on a different account here. This was our protected low on the 5 second. Pulled back right before breaking it, creating this zone, closed below, and I took the tap. Tap back in and took the trade down. I can't show executions right now. 1 second, let me see if I can switch accounts. Where is it? Sim? Here it is. Thanks for bearing with me right there. This is on a sim account. Same exact thing. Scalp the tap back in. Targeted a 1-to-1 and then let the runner go. But I could work on the execution of the next partial, because these were good spots to take profit. Didn't really need to have it run back on me. Then obviously it turned to sim, and I was a little looser, just trying to be hot shot, I suppose. But tried to buy this, obviously got stopped out because the origin was right below. And then up here, I believe it was the same exact thing in the 1 minute. I believe we tapped into like a 12-minute, hit an S&D right here, close enough to the 50. Mark this out with the red. And this will be the last trade I go over. Tapped into a higher time frame zone. Let's see. This was our protected high. Oh no. So we did get a small candle closure here above this valid high. So it brought our protected low up. And as soon as we broke that, I marketed in. I'm looking for the tap back in. Obviously, the market order filled me a little low. And then targeted 1-to-1, 4.25. Exited, 2 partials. And then my next target might be clear on the 1 minute. My next target was down here in this fractal. Well, this wick was really my really conservative target, but I could see why it came down here into this fractal. fuck it. I might as well go through all my trades, bro. Let me switch accounts again. And these next trades were on, so I got off Sim, and then I got onto my Bullinox eval that I have. I just have one on the side. Switch accounts. Oh, and then I was on NQ. Took a couple trades on NQ. Let's see if I remember. Let's see, tapping into this origin and got a little reaction out of it. Is that the same trade? Sorry, I'm trying to remember. 1 minute. No, everything was before taking the high. Anyways, tapped into this origin. I'm sure on a lower time frame. There was a reason for me to get in. Same thing, protected low break on a 5-second. Sold the tap back in. This one got close to stopping me out. But same deal. Targeted 1-to-1. And then let the runner go. And this one, I probably should have cut the trade as soon as I saw a flip. But I was already done for the day, and I don't know, I guess lost focus. But now I know I could have executed this one better. And then my next trade was up here. So let's see. In here, this was a pullback before taking a high, and then up here we're tapping into an unmitigated zone. And I got in kind of low here, and this was a kind of stressful to watch, but and it took a while to play out, but I know why. So I did the same thing, protected low on a lower time frame, broken, and a tap back in. I hit market a little bit late, and so this tap here is a 5-second scalp. And then this offered a 1 minute kind of re-entry up here, which is the better entry. Where's the 1 minute? Let's see if we can see it on the 1 minute. You have and that's kind of like the second entry, and you don't have to sit through a bunch of the drawdown if you take the low time frame scalp. But anyways, got in on the 5-second, what was supposed to be the tap back in, and I was targeting this area pretty much. But another thing to notice is we put in this low, put in this high, put in this low, failed to take the high. So potentially this is the next target, and oftentimes this low as well. And so I sat through a bunch of drawdowns, so was getting really anxious on the way down, and I was just happy to be in profit. So that's something to work on. But we did take out this low, and we did take out this low, which was my initial target right here. But I moved it up just to be conservative to the 50 of this little SNDR. And that was a really nice trade. And so that was my trades for the day. I'm sitting right at like a 70% win rate across the board. Somehow still a little bit above break even. I just need to avoid, taking the dumb trades or taking trades when I get too tired. But finished the day green or slightly green. Damn, this video was 20 minutes. And followed my rules, graded my day a B for my first 3 trades, and then Bullinox eval was a nice addition. So I hope those explanations help. If there's anything wrong in there and you're a profitable DTFX trader, feel free to roast me. But to my understanding, I feel like these were good trades. Granted, I could have been waiting for the flips to go bullish instead of counter trend trading. And it's my hopes to be able to notice those in real time and maybe take both sides of the market. But appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hope this was helpful. See ya.